So here you have all the information that Mo and Sholan wrote about the exhibition, and the curatorial statement. And list of contributors, all the names of all the artists, and the name of the jury. Okay, so we can start with Hannon Wolf's work. This is a tarot card deck. It is called the Cybernetic Oracle Tarot deck. You want to have a look? You can have a look at it. Basically, people can use the deck and basically perform their own reading, and then they can check the book and see what the reading is about.
I thought that you had to do that. No, that's how we do it. We play cards. Oh, I don't know. I think that might be a Wilcox family idiosyncrasy.
So I'll show you the book.
I'm just gonna do a general one because. Alright. Typically, the way that I do my own readings is a little chaotic, and I respect these people, so I don't want to mess it up. Alright. If we want to do a past, present, future kind of deal, we'll do it like that. Alright. So, past. I want to do a king of ships. Oh, there. Alright, so king is probably the same thing.
Alright, so this is the piece Preceding Emptiness. It's a neon light installation that uses Arabic words. So basically it's like 8 different Arabic words are being presented on this installation, saying all kinds of words that are related, I believe, to computation operations. You can see the plaque right here. And the artists who made this piece are right here, and they can say a few words. So wait, this is Hind El Saad, one of the creators of the piece, and she would say a few words for you. Okay.
This work, we wanted to kind of take a post-colonial lens into typographic display technologies. We wanted to redesign it so that Arabic language is at the center of the grid and the center of the design. And so we redesigned it so that it kind of can take the Arabic forms more naturally. And one of the influences was the traditional architecture practices within Islamic architecture, where they would design how the brick was laid and create typography within that. So we took kind of that same spirit and used lights to kind of write Arabic script.
Perfect. Sounds good. Thank you so much. Okay, so now we are approaching another piece, which is called Disruptive Creatures. If you remember, it's an interactive installation where people interact with those creatures. It's a little hard to hear me. You can see the screen.
What's your process like? With many years of working drawing initially, and then trying to put the concept took a while.
So, like, do you have a background in sound design beyond?
Yeah.
How'd you get into that?
I was trained as a composer.
So I have here Jonathan Worth, and he's one of the artists, and he will say a few words about the piece.
Yes, so this work is Disruptive Critters, which I co-created with composer James Halleck, and it's an audio interface we created for sound art performances. The work is a work where we have created sound generating critter entities, and we use these critters to create sort of sound art performances. The installation is a sort of tabletop interface that allows two players to interact and engage with the critters who sort of misbehave. They're noisy and a little bit chaotic, so you can probably hear that in the background.
Yeah, great. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thanks
no
for
worries.
being here.
Thank you.
All right, so the next piece I'm going to show you is called We Forge the Chains We Wear in Life. And basically it's a writing machine that writes with a metal chain. You can see how it looks. It's very minimalistic, kind of like slowly writing.
The chain. Trying to guess. How the hell put the dot? There we go.
Probably spelling it.
Oh, I was like wondering
how it Yeah, it kind of looks like an L, but it's a little tight.
And we also have Yuichiro here with us, the artist, and he will say a few words about it. Hi Yuichiro, tell us a little bit about the work.
Okay, so words is powerful. Words motivate us to do something, but sometimes words also constrain us to do not something. So I feel the word is a kind of change. That's why I made this word. So please enjoy my work.
Thank you so much. Great, wonderful. So another look. People are standing by it, kind of like very focused on the process of how it's writing the word. All right, so next we're going to show you the piece. One second, I want to make sure that I say correctly the name. It's called Rage Against the Archive, and if you remember, the artist was working on hacking the library data set in order to change the way images of Indian heritage and culture were appearing in the archive. So this is how the installation looks like. It's a table and a laptop, and also a video in which the artist is actually performing this hack-like intervention. Another thing that I really like about this installation is that the artist ended up putting his face mask. The laptop itself is right here, basically inviting people to sit. I don't know if anyone would, but as an installation, this is how it looks. And we do have Anshul here with us. So, hi Anshul.
Hi.
Would you like to say a few words about the piece?
Yeah, hi. So my piece is about how should digital archives be better custodians of the most horrendous images made by the medium of photography, and how such images should be shown in the cyberspace.
Yeah.
I think a lot about in my practice how certain images have a gravitas associated with that, and how that is lost when they float around in the cyberspace. And my work questions New York Public Library's digital archives practice and how they also sell images from the ethnographic book People of India. And in my work, I use the inspect element as a tool for glitch resistance. And I also make browser extension in an act of electronic civil disobedience. I'm interested in causing digital disturbances on the website to make people think differently about these images. And again, how should we, as a more conscious society, how should we consume someone's image of pain and a photo made under duress? That's
Perfect.
what my work is about.
Thank you so much. Great. Right, so the next piece is called Lost of Sonnet 18. Sorry. You can see the label right here. And this is how the installation looks like. There are two screens.
Just like there is just like a game. You tell me, I tell him. You tell otherwise,
And then there is another screen right here. And two booklets.
Let me show you.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
This is a physical version of this video installation. It's not just like the comic book.
Oh, nice.
And we want to show the generation loss during the information translation and information communication process.
Let's see. Okay, so I do have the artist here with me, Ji Shao. Did I pronounce your name correctly?
Yeah, I'm Zhiqiu. Nice to meet you.
Okay, let's see. Okay, so can you tell us more about the work?
Yeah, one screen is for the machine to recognize the text, and another one is for the human audience. And we want to say that when we show the text information on the image, when the image is compressed and become fuzzy, the information will be the original information will be lost, but there will also generate some new information, just like the one on the left screen. And I think also in the human thinkings, they will also recognize some new information from the other screen.
That's
That's the core idea.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, I'll take another look for you at the installation. So you'll see how people interact with it. Alright, so the next piece I'm going to show you is called Monocular Dialogue. The artist is not here. It was made by Louis-Philippe Desmarais. And as you recall, it's sort of like a creepy robot that people sit in front, and then it starts this weird monologue. This is how the installation looks. It's a kind of like a one-on-one interaction between the person and the robot. Now the robot has a sort of like a face recognition element to it. Right now I feel like it's a little confused by all the people that are around. But it would catch the person's face at one point or another and then move towards the person. But right now there are so many people, so I think the robot is confused. Yeah, the robot is not focusing on the person that it speaks with, but this is only because we have so many people right now. Okay, so the next piece is called Algorithmic Amplification. And as you recall, this piece, we accepted it as a model. So it's really exciting to see how it came to be realized. People enter this mirror shell or mirror dome, and then they trigger the interaction by stating an opinion, and then basically the system amplifies what the person says. So I don't know if I'll be able to film the interaction itself. I'll ask somebody if they're willing. So I'll show you guys how to enter, and we'll see how the interaction is going. Basically, it's sort of like a black dome inside it, and there is a little microphone. Like I say something about, I think it's going to be a wonderful day. There is a little bit of a lag until it responds, but eventually it will respond. I think it's going to be a wonderful day. Yeah, I don't know why it's not responding.
Every single way. Stupendous, jaw-droppingly spectacular.
Here it goes.
People in every single possible way.
Yeah, I suppose it might be a wonderful day, but every day has its own set of unpredictable events.
Whoa, an epic, totally mind-blowing day for everyone in every possible way.
Hell yeah, a phenomenal day.
Yeah, totally. Man. It's definitely a good day for like everyone, you know.
Yeah. So this is the interaction. I hope you could hear it. And eventually the realization of the piece is really interesting, with those mirrors that reflect light. Yeah, people stand in line in order to do this interaction. Yeah, unfortunately the artists are not here, but they did send representatives, so maybe they can say a few words about the work. One second. So we have Isaac and Cindy, who worked really hard on installing this piece, and you want to tell us a little bit about it?
So this work's called algorithmic amplification, and it amplifies the opinions that you express when you're inside the booth. So when you enter, you might say, I really love chocolate, or I hate the weather today, and you'll hear a mixture of voices responding to you, amplifying that perspective through the language models.
Perfect. Cindy, you want to add something?
Yeah, it's usually great. The response is great when you say something outrageous. Like, for example, art is meaningless, or technology is very inefficient, and then the algorithm might disagree with you.
I see.
It makes it agree.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Yeah. Okay, so we'll move on to another interesting artwork. It is called Spam Bots, and it is made by Neil Mendoza. This is how the installation looks right now. There are really lovely clicking sounds that come from the robots. And whatever it is that they are typing appears on the screen. And as you recall, they are typing a part of Aldous Huxley's book Brave New World. Here is the label, so you can read the details. And I do have here Neil Mendoza, the artist, who can share a little about the work. We call him. So here's Neil.
Hi.
You can tell us a little bit about the work?
Sure. So yeah, the piece is called Spam Bots. I guess there's a double meaning there. The kind of surface meaning is like a lot of these AI systems are going to be used to produce spam content, so that's kind of like the obvious meaning. It's also a piece that's commenting on industrial farming. The text they're writing is AI generated, and it's based on Aldous Huxley's Brave New World. And in that novel, none of the characters get a choice about their role in life, very similar to the animals that end up in spam and other industrial farming products. So I took Brave New World and I swapped lots of words out for piggy words, and then I used that as training data for GPT-3, and so now you have 8 spam cans typing out this kind of like story that's loosely based on brave new world generated by AI. So yeah.
Great, thank you so much. All right, so you can see a little bit more of the installation and how it looks like. Okay, I'm gonna keep walking around here and find the artworks that you haven't seen yet. But you'll get another glimpse of how people interact with some of these artworks. Okay, now we are approaching the artwork I tell the moon my secrets and the moon tells me yours. There is the label, and I'll show you how the installation looks like, and we'll also have Zoe, the artist, who would share some details about it. So hi Zoe, I'm taking a video. Would you mind telling us a little bit more about the piece?
So basically the audience can come here and they're supposed to tell a secret to the robot, and then this is like the waveform of their secret, and then the robot arm now is depicting the waveform of what they just said, using the moon as the light source. And we are doing a live streaming moon from China, but now the weather is not good, so we put on footage instead. But tomorrow we will have a live streaming moon. And,
so we're connecting the robot to the moon in China.
To the real moon.
To the real moon.
And
amazing.
The next monitor is the documentation of the robot arm performing this under the real moon.
Okay.
Yes.
So right now there is a robot in China.
No, that's the documentation.
Oh, the documentation of it.
But it's showing the process of how it feels under the real moon, basically.
I see.
Yeah.
So people are supposed to share secrets with the robot.
Yes. You can restart to. You can restart because I don't think it's. Yeah. Yeah, and then press the right button.
Great. Thank you so much, Zoe, and congratulations. Okay, I'll show you a little bit about how the installation looks. Currently it's really crowded. Alright, so now we are seeing the piece Love Letters without the recipient. This is the installation. So if you recall, this is a writing machine that is supposed to write with water. Let me show you the label. So the installation is composed of a projection of the video that the artist submitted, so all of us have seen it before. And then there is the writing machine. Unfortunately, the artists weren't able to make it work for the opening. I don't know if it would actually work later on. Hopefully it would. But this is how the installation looks like. Okay, so we're going back to Hanan's work because I found Hanan. So as you recall, it's a tarot card deck and a book that can help people explain their reading, and maybe Hanan can say more about it. Hi, Hanan.
Hi. Yeah, so this work is about, it's kind of a conversation surrounding like generative AI and the truth that AI creates. So a lot of times people talk about these AI large language models as these systems that you can ask it something and it will tell you the truth, but really these systems are constantly hallucinating, and asking them a question is more like divination or asking an oracle for an answer. So this work kind of takes that a step further. So it's a deck of 78 tarot cards that are a combination of both the like real tarot card. To generate these tarot cards, what I did was put information into a generative AI model asking like what would the tower look like, and then also this has a like cybernetic meaning, like what would the firewall tarot card look like, and then I used those two imagery to manufacture my own designed tarot cards. So each tarot card in the tarot deck has an interpretation, and so this is the Wheel of Fortune, which is also the algorithm. This is a description that is some of the text that generated this image. And then we have the past, the present, and the future interpretation of that card. So when drawing a tarot deck, or when doing a tarot reading, you would draw 3 cards, each one representing past, one representing present, and one representing future. And then you could look up the meaning of each one of these in the book. And in the book, actually, the text for past, present, and future is also from a generative AI algorithm, but prompted to be connected to like a specific media theorist or gender theorist or ecofeminist. So there's the reference to those media artworks and cyberneticists like in the text.
Yeah, great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And I'll show you a little bit more of how the installation looks like.
This is incredible. Thank you.
Yeah. All right, so I think you've seen all the juried artwork. I also want to take a moment to show you the curated artwork that I have to say that I'm a bit less familiar with them, but they're still, I think there is another juried artwork that I haven't covered, so give me a second, I'm walking there. All right, so this is another one of the juried artwork. It's called Sinyi Data Weaving. So you can see that, the label. If you recall, it's about connecting digital language and cultural language. It's a very detailed artwork. I'll show you some more of the details, and then I'll show you how it looks like from the installation itself. The weaving is very detailed and kind of like meticulously done. There's some more explanation on the wall. And a little bit of how the installation looks like. All right. So now we can move to the curated work. So basically, these are artworks that are not participating in the Best of Show award, but I think it would be nice for you to see. This is called Vocable Code. You can see the artist statement right here. So it's a software art, basically producing and embodying queer code, examining the notion of queerness in computer coding through the interplay of different human and non-human voices. So there are collective statements and voices that complete the phrase queer is, and then they make some sort of a poetic composition with it. So one screen shows the code. And another screen shows phrases that respond to the phrase what queer is. So you would see phrases like whatever they need to be, colorful, fixing the binary. There is also a sound component to it. And here is the label. The work was created by artist Winnie Soon. I'll show you the installation. Okay. And this is another curated work. Basically, it's a textile piece of 4 elements, 4 canvases that from far away they look like screen, but if you come closer you would see that these are meticulously weaved objects. The label, if you want to read more. These were made by Sarah Rosalina. And another curated piece, it's called Revolt 1680-2180. This is the label. It was made by Virgil Ortiz. I'll show you how it looks like. Has a projection and an AR element to it. So people need to scan a code and then they would see an AR layer of this artwork.
Takes you to Instagram, and in there, holding place, focus on the image, slowly back away, and you'll see the 3D.
Okay, so this piece also is related to some indigenous stories touching on fantasy themes and adding like a sense of resistance and revolution to it. All right, I'll keep on walking so you'll see more. this is another artwork which is called Codex. Also was curated by, it was made by Sarah Rosalina, the same artist who made RGB. And I'll show you the label. Alright, so yeah, I think this is it. Hope you enjoyed this walkthrough. I hope you could get enough details of what's going on here tonight. It's really exciting. There's a lot of people, as you can see. Yeah.
Someone turn up.
Have you tried no.
I love the cooking. Yeah. Alright. 6 minutes, maybe a bit
Alright, this is it.